On a golden late Saturday afternoon in Plano, Texas, the neighborhood pool hummed with the soft sounds of children splashing and parents chatting lazily on lounge chairs. The sun lingered in the sky, casting a warm glow over the scene, where the scent of chlorine mingled with sunscreen. Amid this tranquil setting, Monica Reed, 42, strolled in wearing a breezy sundress, her towel draped over her arm and her pool pass tucked in her bag, ready to show if needed. She'd scanned her key card at the gate, confirming her right to be there. She lived in the neighborhood, paid her HOA dues, and craved a quiet moment before heading home to cook dinner. But Sharon Whitfield, hand on hip and clutching her oversized tote, blocked Monica's path with a sharp question. "Do you live here, ma'am?" The words sliced through the poolside calm, drawing curious glances. A boy paused mid-climb out of the pool, water dripping onto the concrete, while two women adjusted their sunglasses, eavesdropping subtly. Monica, caught off guard but composed, replied, "Yes, I live at 2780 Willow Glen. My card worked at the gate. Is something wrong?" Sharon's lips twitched into a smug smile. "People sneak in sometimes. You don't look familiar." Monica's brow creased. "What's that supposed to mean?" Instead of answering, Sharon squared her shoulders like a guard spotting trouble. "I'm on the HOA board. It's my job to ensure only residents use this pool. Show me ID, proof of address." The demand hung heavy in the humid air. Monica's grip tightened on her towel. She hadn't broken any rules, yet here she was, cornered like an intruder. "Are you serious?" she asked, her voice steady but edged with disbelief. Sharon didn't waver. "Dead serious. If you're a resident, you shouldn't mind proving it." Murmurs spread across the deck. A father whispered to his daughter, another woman discreetly raised her phone, ready to record if things escalated. Monica considered flashing her ID to end it quickly but hesitated. Why was she being singled out when others passed freely? Her patience frayed. "I don't owe you anything," she said firmly. "If the HOA wants IDs, make it a rule for everyone, not just me." Sharon's expression hardened. Her hand dipped into her tote, emerging with a small black canister. Gasps rippled through the crowd. "What are you reaching for?" Monica asked warily. A man by the shallow end muttered, "You've got to be kidding." Monica's pulse quickened. "Put that away. This is too far." Sharon's voice rose, sharp and echoing. "Leave now, or I'll use it. You don't belong here, no matter your excuse." Silence fell, save for the gentle splash of kids in the pool. All eyes locked on the two women, Monica clutching her towel, Sharon's knuckles white around the pepper spray. The tension was palpable, a single spark away from chaos. Sharon took a sudden step forward, raising the canister. The poolside erupted, gasps, a child's cry, a shouted, "Stop." Conversations vanished, replaced by the weight of the moment. Kids clung to the pool's edge, parents froze, caught between shock and fear. Monica stood firm, her pride rooting her despite every instinct screaming to retreat. She'd lived here for years, paid her dues, belonged as much as anyone. "Put it down," she said, her voice low but commanding. Sharon snapped back, "I'm protecting this place. You people think you can just walk in anywhere." The slip, "you people," ignited the crowd. Whispers flared, "Did she just say that?" Monica's chest tightened, but she spoke clearly, "I live here. I owe you nothing." A man stood, dripping from the pool. "She's a resident, Sharon. Back off." But Sharon doubled down, aiming the spray higher, her finger grazing the trigger. "If she lives here, why not show ID? Unless she's hiding something." The accusation stung, framing Monica as the liar while Sharon played guardian. Monica's voice wavered with restrained anger. "I don't owe you my dignity to sit by this pool." Supportive murmurs rose, "That's right." As more phones recorded. Sharon, flustered, turned to the crowd. "You're filming. You want strangers in your pool. You'll thank me later." Monica took a cautious step forward. "You'll regret this," she said softly, a warning and a plea. In a reckless flash, Sharon raised the canister and sprayed. The hiss cut through the air, followed by screams and chaos. Monica stumbled back, clutching her burning eyes, her towel falling to the ground. "Are you insane?" a man yelled, rushing forward. A woman grabbed a water bottle, pouring it over Monica's face to ease the sting. Phones captured every angle as Sharon's arm trembled, her expression flickering between triumph and doubt. Monica's cries echoed, and neighbors closed in, their shock turning to outrage. The idyllic afternoon was shattered, but as the crowd's anger grew, a new sound approached, sirens, signaling that the consequences were only beginning. The sharp sting of pepper spray lingered in the air, its acrid scent stinging nearby noses. For Monica, the pain was immediate, searing her eyes as tears streamed down her face. "My eyes," she gasped, stumbling into a lounge chair and collapsing onto the concrete. The crowd erupted, screams, shouts, a child diving into the water in shock. A man rushed over with water, tilting Monica's head back to flush her eyes. "Breathe, you're okay," a woman soothed, fanning her with a towel. Through the blur, Monica felt the fire on her skin and the weight of humiliation. She was attacked in her own community. Sharon stood frozen, the canister still in her hand, her earlier confidence crumbling under the crowd's glares. "I told her to leave," she insisted, her voice cracking. "I was protecting the neighborhood." The men helping Monica spun around. "Protecting us from what?" A neighbor with a towel. The crowd's anger surged, phones now waved like evidence. "She assaulted her," someone shouted. Monica, coughing through the metallic taste of the spray, whispered, "You didn't have to do this." Her words silenced the noise briefly, heavy with truth. Sharon stammered, "She's fine, she's sitting up," but no one bought it. Then a new voice cut through, a middle-aged man by the gate stood, pointing at Sharon. "I've seen you harass people before, but this is assault. Call the police." Phones lit up as calls were made. Sharon glanced at the gate, as if considering escape, but the cameras and witnesses pinned her in place. Monica, still trembling as water poured over her face, repeated softly, "I live here." It wasn't for Sharon anymore, it was for herself, a reminder of her belonging. Sharon muttered, "You people always play the victim," sparking another wave of outrage. "Stop talking," a woman snapped. The crowd pressed closer, their fury palpable. As sirens wailed closer, the pool gate flashed with red and blue lights. 2 officers stepped in, one male, one female, scanning the chaotic scene. "What happened?" the female officer asked. Voices overlapped, she sprayed her. "It's on video." Phones were thrust forward, each holding proof. Monica, still on the lounge chair, her face blotchy, spoke hoarsely. "She attacked me. I was just trying to come in." The female officer crouched beside her. "We'll get you medical help. Can you talk?" Monica nodded, gesturing toward Sharon. "She demanded ID, then sprayed me for nothing." Sharon, clutching her bag, protested. "They're exaggerating. I'm on the HOA board." She wouldn't show proof of address. The male officer's eyes narrowed. "You pepper sprayed her over an HOA rule." The crowd confirmed Monica's residency, their voices unified. The female officer's patience thinned. "Do you have proof she was trespassing?" Sharon faltered. "No, but I know what I saw." The male officer shook his head. "You escalated to assault instead of calling management." Monica whispered to the woman beside her, "I can't believe this happened." The woman squeezed her shoulder. "We've seen her do this before, but now everyone's watching." Witnesses stepped forward with videos, the female officer's face hardening as she watched. Sharon grew frantic. If people like her walk in unchecked, it's a risk. The crowd erupted again, "Are you serious? She's a mom." Monica's voice, raspy but clear, rose. "From me? You were protecting them from me." Sharon's words faltered, her support gone. The female officer nodded to her partner. "Call paramedics for her," she said, then turned to Sharon. "You're coming with us." As handcuffs clicked, the crowd gasped. Monica closed her stinging eyes, feeling a flicker of relief, not justice yet, but a start. As paramedics treated Monica, a new figure appeared, a tall black man in fatigues, his uniform dusty from travel, the name Reed on his chest. Anthony, just back from Fort Hood, strode through the gate, his voice booming. "Where is she?" Monica turned, trembling. "Anthony." He knelt beside her, taking her hand. "I'm here, baby." "What happened?" Her voice broke. She sprayed me, said I didn't belong. Anthony's jaw tightened as he faced Sharon, now cuffed on the curb. You attacked my wife in our own community. His words carried the weight of a soldier's authority, silencing the crowd. Sharon, clutching her bag, protested. They're exaggerating. I'm on the HOA board. She wouldn't show proof of address. The male officer's eyes narrowed. You pepper sprayed her over an HOA rule. The crowd confirmed Monica's residency, their voices unified. The female officer's patience thinned. Do you have proof she was trespassing? Sharon faltered. No, but I know what I saw. The male officer shook his head. You escalated to assault instead of calling management. Monica whispered to the woman beside her, I can't believe this happened. The woman squeezed her shoulder. We've seen her do this before, but now everyone's watching. Witnesses stepped forward with videos, the female officer's face hardening as she watched. Sharon grew frantic. If people like her walk in unchecked, it's a risk. The crowd erupted again, are you serious? She's a mom. Monica's voice, raspy but clear, rose. From me? You were protecting them from me. Sharon's words faltered, her support gone. The female officer nodded to her partner. Call paramedics for her, she said, then turned to Sharon. You're coming with us. As handcuffs clicked, the crowd gasped. Monica closed her stinging eyes, feeling a flicker of relief, not justice yet, but a start. As paramedics treated Monica, a new figure appeared, a tall black man in fatigues, his uniform dusty from travel, the name Reed on his chest. Anthony, just back from Fort Hood, strode through the gate, his voice booming. Where is she? Monica turned, trembling. Anthony. He knelt beside her, taking her hand. I'm here, baby. What happened? Her voice broke. She sprayed me, said I didn't belong. Anthony's jaw tightened as he faced Sharon, now cuffed on the curb. You attacked my wife in our own community. His words carried the weight of a soldier's authority, silencing the crowd. The meeting exposed a divide, most demanded Sharon's removal, while a few defended her duty. Outside, the nation watched. Sharon faced assault charges, and the HOA board saw resignations. Monica and Anthony considered a civil suit, urged by their lawyer to push for reforms like bias training. Sharon's lawyer claimed she was the victim of online harassment, but the videos spoke louder. Monica told Anthony, I just want peace. He held her close. Peace is built, and you've built it louder than she could tear it down. The community began to change, new HOA rules, open conversations about fairness. For Monica, the victory wasn't the headlines but reclaiming her voice. Weeks later, Monica returned to the pool with Simone. The deck hushed, but smiles and nods greeted her. Sharon was gone, her house sold under pressure. The HOA now had training and a complaint committee. At church, Monica shared her story, silence lets injustice grow. Speaking up plants something better. The applause didn't matter, she'd reclaimed her dignity. Anthony said, you turned their shame into a lesson. Simone beamed, kids say my mom's brave. On the porch swing, Monica reflected. It wasn't about a pool pass but about courage against bias disguised as authority. The neighborhood wasn't perfect, but it was learning. Monica whispered, we belong. Always will. That was the true victory, dignity, undeniable, for her and her community.